most people wait until they are stuck. And that's actually what happened to us as well. Yeah, the moment that I felt stuck, I found a coach. I found a retreat because I needed at that moment to find balance between my feminine and masculine energy. So this was some 12 years ago. And I'm very grateful for this new path that unfolded for me. When did you start coaching?
Yeah, also when I got stuck. So when there was pain, I got a coach, and that was a breathwork coach. I think it's now maybe 8 years ago. So I felt stuck in my previous relationship, and I felt stuck. I didn't know what to do. And yeah, the one remedy was to do breathwork. And the breathwork is combined with coaching with that lady. And it felt like a new wave of knowledge that came in. Yeah, and I think there was also some resistance to do it for me, because it feels like opening to somebody that is new, and I was not that talker and I was not that feeler. So what am I going to talk about? And it's totally different than being coached on a soccer game, of course.
Is it? Because I think it's actually about showing the blind spots. Something that we don't see because we are too close to ourselves and we repeat the same story. We start believing our story. Very often we are not conscious. So we use the finger. He does this to me. She does that to me. My boss, my family, my partner. So actually being stuck is that I'm stuck in my thoughts and I need someone who can show me a bit the blind spots and what's really happening and zooming out. And also to learn. For me, it was a lot about learning, because before I didn't know that I need to nourish my feminine, masculine energy. I didn't know that there are polarities. I didn't know all that information that I know today about sensuality and sexuality and embodiment. I was a lot in my head thinking. And so the whole coaching about embodiment and the breathwork techniques that we learned, and of course also the psychology, helped me to understand myself. And I still have a coach. Do you have a coach?
Yes. I think it's important to have in every aspect of your life a coach. In every moment there is some coach that can help you. And that coach can help you exactly to find those blind spots, because these blind spots are called blind spots because they are blind for you. And sometimes it's nice that somebody can zoom out, and that's not almost impossible for yourself to zoom out. Some things help to zoom out, but some things you need a coach. So I think it's very important to have a coach.
Yeah, because especially like when it doesn't mean that you have necessarily a problem, but maybe you would love to have more intimacy in your relationship and how to change that pattern, because maybe you have been together for 10 years or 15 years, because we work with couples that have been together for a long time. How to change within the current structure. It is possible. Or how to find a partner. I also love supporting people on relating and finding a partner, because when we look into the ex-partners or family, there are there are patterns that actually repeat. So sometimes we are not conscious about what we do and what we attract with our actions. That's why it's beautiful, I think, to have someone who supports you. I also loved to be supported during my divorce. Even though I'm a therapist and I could coach myself, it's always very good to have someone else supporting me. So I'm forever grateful to my dear therapist and dear friend who supported me.
Yeah, it's also what the coach does is actually asking the questions that most people don't dare to ask, or these uncomfortable questions.
But also the way we coach with breathwork and body, so it's not just in the head. Just to say that we are not mental coaches, I think that you actually need to feel your emotions and to feel your body. So you release your emotions. We also do emotion releases, also physical emotion releases, physical exercises, because our mind is so clever, so it will come with another scenario, another story. So how to get out of your story, how to really zoom out, how to really go underneath your story, what is underneath to start feeling. And the feeling is in the body.
Yeah.
That's why we use breathwork and emotion releases and really embodied practices. For me, it's the only way how I could heal my trauma from childhood, how I could heal the loss of a beloved person. Also, I love supporting women in divorce because we can be so easily stuck on the story and on the past. So it's so beautiful to have someone who takes you back to who you really are. You are presence, you can zoom out, taking you to the best version of yourself. And I needed it. So it's very human because we are not enlightened yet. We are human beings and we can be so dragged by our story and start believing it. So it's so good to have someone who is there. Okay, that's a story. Now we catch a breath. We also use sound bowls. I also love to work with sound. And where are we? Yeah. And now we use coaching for building up our company.
Yeah, so you can also use coaching for business. And so there are many different kind of, just to find the one that resonates with you or where you are at this moment in life. I think what I like about coaching people is that the knowledge or the tools that I acquired the last years, that I can also give them to release some stress, to give them these pleasure bombs that we also have been taught how to gain more pleasure. And when am I suffering? When am I suffering and I'm like, oh, this is normal for me. But if somebody looks at it and says, oh, maybe you can twist a little bit. Maybe it's just 10%, maybe it's 15%, and you change the whole perspective of your own story. That's very beautiful. It's very beautiful to see people change in front of you and to transform to different kind of human beings that are more joyful. I really loved the last session that we did on our breathwork circle. There was one lady, she was for the first time in our breathwork circle and the first time that she was consciously breathing. And she came like a little bird, and afterwards her eyes were shining and she was like, what is happening here with me? And she felt, I feel my body reacting on that even. She felt like very much alive. And this is, I think, super nice to witness. And breathwork can be the accelerator for that. Can be the one that says, okay, let's get out of this thinking mind and get into the body. And there's so much joy, so much pleasure, so much exploration, and so much playfulness, so much to be a kid again.
Yeah, and I also love how to choose a coach. Follow the pattern. So actually, if you see someone that she has something that you desire and they really live it, not that they have it, it's not having it, but they are living life the way you wish to live your life, or they are accessing pleasure, they are free, they are joyful, they have inner strength, they know how to say no, they are successful, abundant, joyful, radiant, sexual, whatever is your desire, then choose that coach that already embodies that. I think that's important. So I'm happy that we chose a coach for a business, and it's a person that made lots of businesses, created lots of businesses, so it brings me lots of reassurance. Okay, this person must know. So choose someone who actually has done it, has been there, and knows how to navigate it. And I think this is the only way when we live something that we can consciously share it with others.
Yeah, and if you want to know more, of course, that's possible. On our website, we don't call it coaching, we call it mentorship, because we feel mentorship is like standing next to somebody and guiding somebody. It's a little bit different than coaching.
Because mentor already went on that path.
Yeah, so it's our path that we choose at this moment is the path of conscious relating, consciousness about ourselves, being conscious about the
bringing up our children.
So
we have teenagers. That's a very good area of learning. Maybe another YouTube session on teenage kids. So yeah.
So all that is readable on our website, and I will link it down. And you can also subscribe to this YouTube channel or give us a see you next time.